Hello, hello, it's Linda Hopson back with you, your hashtag online BFF, and this is video number 17 out of my 35 video challenge in 7 days. And we are discussing the failure personality, and just like success, it's spelled out in the word failure. And we are on the letter A, and it stands for aggressiveness. And I want to read a little snippet of the book where he explains aggressiveness. Excessive and misdirected aggressiveness follows frustration as night follows day. This was proved conclusively by a group of Yale scientists some years ago in their book Frustration and Aggressiveness. Aggressiveness itself is not an abnormal behavior pattern, as some psychiatrists once believed. Aggressiveness and emotional steam are very necessary in reaching a goal. We must go out after what we want in an aggressive rather than in a defensive or tentative manner. We must grapple with problems aggressively. The mere fact of having an important goal is enough to create emotional steam in our boiler and bring aggressive tendencies into play. However, trouble ensues when we are blocked or frustrated in achieving our goal. The emotional steam is then dammed up, seeking an outlet. Misdirected or unused, it becomes a destructive force. The worker who wants to punch his boss in the nose but doesn't dare goes home and snaps at his wife and kids or kicks the cat. Or he may turn his aggressiveness upon himself in much the same way that a certain scorpion in South America will sting itself and die of its own poison when angered. And so he talks about, first of all, recognizing when you're getting aggressive and to not lash out. And in the other side of the coin, when someone is rude to you or aggressive at you, yes, it hurts, but if you have an understanding of something, like I talked before, you don't know what their backstory is. So if you have an understanding that there may be something else going on, it helps the sting a little bit, that it's not as bad. When you know that it's probably not directed at you, it's just aggression, finding a way out. And if aggression or aggressive behavior is not controlled, it's gonna come out some way. So it is, like he says, you go home and you are frustrated and you yell at your kids and your spouse and you kick the dog or the cat, and they didn't deserve that. Obviously, you're just taking your frustration out on whatever happened at work, like he said, wanting to punch your boss in the nose, which I'm sure a lot of people have been in that situation. And so he kind of says, take a step back, view why you're feeling that way, and use your aggression to achieve your goals. Just like you can use that the frustration to motivate you. You can use that aggression towards a positive end, working towards your goal, instead of having it be mispointed or misdirected to somebody that doesn't really deserve that aggressiveness coming out of you. And he also suggests that if you have, aggressive behavior, first of all, you need to look at your goal. A lot of times that frustration and that aggressiveness, because you're not achieving your goal, has to do with maybe making your goal a little bit too unattainable. And you need to back up a step and make it more attainable. Yes, you want to stretch because that's how you grow. You don't want to make it that it's so easy for you, to achieve your goal. You need to stretch, like I talked about before. When you're setting goals, make it achievable, but a stretch. But don't make it so far of a stretch that it's so hard to achieve that you get into that frustration and aggressiveness about it, and then misuse or misdirect that frustration and aggressiveness. And the other thing he talks about is finding an outlet for your aggressiveness. Now, the perfect remedy is to use that aggressiveness toward your goal, and to help it, just like frustration, be a motivator to achieve that goal. But the other thing is, do something about it. You know, go for a walk, get your muscles going, because that's going to help relieve some of that frustration and aggressiveness. He talks about how women, when they feel frustrated, tend to redecorate the house, where they move the furniture around, which I think is funny because that's kind of a 50s thing. But anyway, I'm sure people still do that. My furniture's been in the same place for a long time because I like it that way. And I'm not really frustrated or aggressive. I have much aggressiveness in me, so so I guess I don't have the need to move furniture. But you know, I do tend to take walks when I'm frustrated, or you know, maybe meditate to try and release some of that tension and that frustration and aggressiveness out of me by deep breathing. So do some of those techniques to kind of, like a boiling pot, you want to kind of lift the lid a little bit and let some of that steam out, and also use that as a positive towards working towards your goal. So that is the A in the failure personality, and I will see you in the next video.